can you, for some of the other breeders, give us a little information on why we should be using these scour products?
Sure. Management for scours issue can be very complex and a very complex issue to manage from year to year. Scours can cause a lot of different syndromes. Of course, scours can cause diarrhea. That diarrhea can lead to dehydration. It can lead to hypoglycemia, and it also can lead to death. So there's a lot of serious issues related to the management of scours.
So how prevalent is scours in the industry?
Scours can be a very significant issue when it comes to cow-calf production. We see scours as probably one of the leading causes of production losses, both from the production standpoint and an economic standpoint. Calves experience scours early in life can reduce their gain, and weaning weights can be as much as 35 pounds lighter due to the scours. So it can be a very significant problem when it comes to both production and economics.
So in your opinion, we as cattlemen, what do you feel that we can do to manage this problem?
Steve, when we look at the management issues related to calf scours, we can kind of take a look at two approaches. One, the organisms that cause calf scours, we'd like to not have them cause any issues as far as exposure to the calf. So we can look at issues related to keeping the calf away from those organisms that cause the scours. And secondly, if that calf is exposed to those organisms, we'd like to have protection in that calf that comes through the colostrum of the cow. We'd like to have that calf protected from those organisms if they are exposed to those organisms.
John, in our operation, we've always vaccinated pre-calving. Is this the best method for an operation to use?
Steve, when we look at that calf being able to fight off scours, we look at that calf receiving some good antibodies against those scour organisms that calf actually receives through the colostrum from the cow. So we need to use a good solid vaccination program in our cow herds in order to provide those calves with good solid immunity from colostrum. We know that cows start to concentrate colostrum probably 5 weeks and continues till 2 weeks pre-calving. So our vaccination programs then need to be timed with that production of colostrum, and we need to follow labeled directions on scours vaccinations very closely in order to maximize our scour protection in those calves. It's easy to see the calves' reduction in their average daily gain when they're on the cow, but we've also, a lot of studies have shown that not only do they have reduced weaning weights, but if you take these calves in through the feedlot phase, they've also got poorer carcass quality, and they don't have the average daily gain potential that they would have had if they had not had the scours early in life. So I think some of the new data will tell us that it will affect them throughout their entire life.
So John, if I had some cows that I wasn't able to get vaccinated and I was concerned about the scours, what would your program be to attack that?
Steve, from a cattleman's perspective, we need to look at ways to prevent that calf from being exposed to the organisms that cause calf scours. Those management techniques would be things like isolating calves that do get scours away from calves that aren't experiencing scours, so we don't pass it from those that do have scours onto those calves that are healthy. So we want to look at those kind of situations, keeping that cow healthy, keeping things from a management perspective related to animal husbandry techniques prior to calving, clean, dry calving areas, moving out those calves when they get a little bit older so we can calve in areas where things are clean and dry. So those are some of the things we could take a look at to provide opportunities to prevent scours in those calves.
And now, this week's Management Minute.
Timing of vaccination to prevent scours is extremely important. Vaccinating too early or too late can decrease the efficacy of vaccine to prevent scours. If we look at the cow's ability to concentrate antibodies in the colostrum, That starts about 5 weeks prior to calving and continues to about 2 weeks prior to calving. So it's important to follow the manufacturer's labeled directions when it comes to vaccinating for scours in the cow-calf herd.